Hi, welcome back. A bit of a blast from the past today, as I've recently discovered that Games Workshop put out a line of Doctor Who miniatures in 1985. I believe it hit the streets in 1986. I'm sure one of the nerds in the comments will correct me. And this is a combination of my three favourite things: Warhammer, Doctor Who, and things that smell like cigarettes. So I managed to find some Cybermen on eBay for a somewhat reasonable price. And today we're going to paint them up. I mean, cracking them open feels like one of the 7 nerdy sins, alongside being blocked by William Shatner and liking the Cyberwoman. But I am absolutely in love with this style of packaging, so to be on the safe side, I'm going to break in through this little corner here that had already sprung open and liberate these Cybermen from their tomb, where they've laid dormant for 4 decades. Not wanting to cause any further damage, I carefully jimmied it open with some clippers to hopefully make a wider hole where I can just slide out the Cybermen and the bases and that weird foamy tissue thing that's probably gone a bit weird at this point, so I will discard that. Also, the bases are hexagons, which got me really excited, which is either pathetic or longing to that warm, nostalgic glow of what Games Workshop seemed to be like in the 80s and 90s. Looking at videos and pictures of that era makes it seem like a real vibe, especially with these licensed properties such as Doctor Who, and I think there's a Judge Dredd one that looks really cool. I'll have to keep an eye out for those as well. But with those liberated from the packaging, it's time to assemble them. And all that's going to take is a bit of super glue and attaching to the base. And from there, it'll be ready for priming. But before I do that, I'm going to add some PVA to the bases and cover them in sand. Give it a nice gritty texture for what comes later with the basing. So I just smatter a bit of PVA onto all the bases, and then just dip them in the sand, flick off the residue, and clean up the edges. So now we're ready for the priming. Now, I wouldn't normally recommend this, but I used the matte black, not the matte black I went to school with, airbrush paint, and just put it on with a brush. Due to the weather outside, it's just not feasible to spray can them. And then the painting process begins. I start by painting all the bases a light brown, earthy colour. It's a bit too bright at the moment, but we're going to take it down at a later stage so it doesn't overpower the attention being drawn to the main models. And starting with some metallic black and some lead belcher. The plan was a bit of a wet blend on all the fabric parts of the Cyberman. Fabric, tinfoil, the flappy parts. The difference in shades of the silvers just wasn't there, so I just started slapping it on, making it into one big silver boy, which is what it was originally, really, so painting it in general was probably a waste of time, but here we are. But then for the over armour, I wanted it a little bit lighter, so I cracked out some steel and applied that to all the over armour, the helmet, the chest piece, and the weaponry. And this guy here looks like me when I stand up too fast. So to bring the base back down, we're using some Agrox Earthshade and just absolutely smattering it on there before having a quick drink of Nuln oil. That's really hard to say. And then I got that down on all the fabric parts of the Cyberman to hopefully make them as dark as possible. Trying to evoke the vibe of these guys. I know they're not based on the Silver Nemesis ones, but I wanted to add a bit of complexity and a bit of a challenge for myself rather than them just being solid silver. And then I used a little bit of squig orange for the detailing on their weapons and dry brushing the base with the original earthy tone just to make some of the highlights pop and give it that earthy look. Then a dab of slaughter red on the weapons as well, just to give it a bit of complexity with the orange. And then I cracked out the black speed paint to make the fabric parts of the Cyberman even darker, just so the contrast and detail is a bit more noticeable and exaggerated, seeing as he's such a small little guy. And then I used the Nuln oil on all the lighter parts, such as the helmets, the chest piece, and the cricket gloves. And from there, it's ready to finish the basing. And I soon found out I had a jar of grass and a bit of PVA glue. I just got a smatter of PVA glue onto the bases and sprinkle a bit of that grass on there, dab it down a bit, and wipe it off the edges, which wraps up the process. So it's time for a bit of black around the rims of the base, just to make everything look neat and tidy. From there, I will be ready to call it done. Doctor Who. Hey, the TARDIS, Doctor Who. There we go, all finished and stored in the little cabinet. I was able to keep the box in relatively good condition to display behind it. I'm really pleased with how they turned out. I'd love to do some more of the miniatures range, so I've got to keep my eye out. But until then, thank you so much for watching, and if you could go ahead and give this video a like, comment, or even a subscribe to help our small little channel grow as we do more 3D printed arts and crafts and lots of painted miniatures, and hopefully a lot more Doctor Who based goodies along the way. Thanks, bye!